You know, we did have the NFL trade deadline come across this week. Anything that stuck out to you guys, Tom, Dave?
I thought the Lions made a great move, and he will attest to that.
Za'Darius Smith, that's a big pickup.
That's a big pickup.
For peanuts.
And not only that, but he can get you pressure on the outside. He can actually move to interior if he has to. He's a big guy. He gets a lot of pressure on quarterbacks. He did really well in Cleveland. He's going to do great in that concept, that defensive concept.
I agree.
That they have in Detroit. He's going to be a great player going down.
For what, a fifth-round pick?
Two fifths.
Two fifths, whatever. That's garbage.
I mean, he's an aged player. It's a contract that's
to get a guy like that.
Keep him around.
Yeah, it's a nice contract to pick up. It's not
and you're trying to find somebody to pitch in and take the pressure off what loss was Aiden Hutchinson.
Yeah.
Nobody's going to take his place. I almost dropped an F-bomb there, but I didn't.
No, he's the best defensive. He was the best defensive end in the league.
He might have been defensive MVP this year, had he not.
What he was doing
on the pace he was on.
What he was doing the first 6 games.
Well,
I think
Tannenbaum wanted us to give up 3 first rounds, a second round, and Jameer
Mike Tannenbaum. He's a hack.
For Myles Garrett.
Mike Tannenbaum is a stupid production
crap move
of ESPN.
Well, why would you trade your future away? I mean, that was insane. Giving this is a 10 times better move.
Mike Tannenbaum was never a good GM with the Jets.
Yes.
And now because he sits next to Mike Greenberg, he's going to sit there and chomp at the bit right next to Greeny.
That's why Clark walked off the set.
And that's why I don't watch anything on ESPN in the morning. I won't watch First Date because I hate Stephen A. Smith. And I won't watch Get Up because I hate Mike Greenberg.
Oh, God.
I can't stomach him. I think he sucks. And he's got a bunch of kiss-ass
Mr. Jet
totes around him. Oh, yeah, he's Mr. Jet, Nick, Giant, whatever, man. Come on.
I'll say that the other 2 winners are the Buffalo Bills and the Kansas City Chiefs.
For the receivers they got?
You picked up Amari Cooper and you picked up DeAndre Hopkins. And then Dallas is like, oh, well, we'll trade you a 4th-round pick for Jonathan Mingo.
How do you give up a 4th rounder for...
And just lost when you could have had...
for Jonathan Mingo?
For a 3rd-rounder.
Well, that's just Dallas being Dallas. We all know that.
Your 82-year-old general manager who has no grasp on what's going on in the football world. And he says, oh, yeah, we'll give you a 4th for Jonathan Mingo. First of all, Jonathan Mingo can barely find the field in Charlotte. And second of all, there is no way you give up a 4th rounder for him. At most a 6th, maybe a contingent 7th.
Yeah.
Something along those lines, but I just thought that was atrocious. As far as my winners, I'm going to say 2. As much as I hate to say it, the Commanders, what a great deal to get Lattimore from the Saints.
That was a great deal.
Because their defense, as good as they are, and they're 7-2, their defense has been adequate at best. Not a great pass rush. Linebackers okay. Secondary's decent. But Lattimore makes a big improvement for them.
No, for sure.
Not like there's a lot of people they have to beat in the NFC East.
But you what's funny about this year's trade deadline?
The Eagles are on the come, but I won't get into that.
This year's trade deadline, I really thought a lot more was going to happen. And it kind of fizzled out this year.
I really thought Cooper Kupp was going to get dealt, and the Rams are going to try to get out of his deal.
Rams came back up.
That's why they're not trading.
I thought the Cleveland Browns were going to be big sellers.
Did you really think they would trade Myles Garrett?
No, but I thought they would trade Ward.
That would have made sense.
And I thought they may have, and I know this sounds crazy.
That would have made a lot of sense.
They may have traded Chubb. You got 2 years.
There's a health issue with Chubb. He can't stay healthy.
But
if you have a healthy Chubb, do you get at least a 3rd rounder for him?
Yeah, but for a team that needs 3rd and 2, that's a perfect guy. If he doesn't play every
So because he's not healthy, if you trade him, what do you get, a 5th or 6th?
You get a 4th.
I think that's stretching it, but okay.
Yeah, you get a future 4th. You get a 2026 4th.
So I'm going to say my winners are going to be obviously the Commanders getting Lattimore. And everybody out there can call me a homer, whatever you want. I'm a Steelers fan. Yeah, I am. But bottom line is they went out and got a receiver to complement Pickens in Mike Williams.
Right.
Which, not the one I wanted.
He's a little long in the tooth, but
at 31,
Like I say, he's a little long in the tooth.
And one of the better third down receivers statistically over the
But
season.
he's now a possession receiver now instead
And
of
that's
a guy.
fine. They're good with that.
Yeah, I
and that
think
lets
they
a
are
guy like
too.
Van Jefferson bump down to the 3,
Right.
so you're good. But they also got a pass rusher on the defensive line. They got Preston Smith. And I thought that was a huge pickup from the Packers.
You know, it's funny about the Steelers, too. How many times in the past 10 years have they been players at the trade deadline? Very few times.
They don't believe in it.
Right.
They
So
don't
this
like
year-
to give up assets.
So what I'm saying is, for this year, for them to go out and do this, there's a confidence there in this team that they feel could possibly win that division and get deep into the playoffs.
I think the last one they made that was big and significant was when they gave up, help me, the receiver from Notre Dame with the long hair, wore number 11,
I don't know. I'm trying to think.
running reverse ends and catching passes.
Yeah. But like I said,
they
for-
traded him to Chicago for a second. They stole a second rounder from Chicago.
For Pittsburgh to do what they did, I think they have a lot of belief in this football team this year. And I think they have a lot of belief in Wilson after the last 3 weeks.
Well, I think that's huge, and I think they realize that Russell can stretch the field,
Yes.
and with another weapon, it makes him even more dangerous.
And that's why they brought in a wide receiver.
And I think that's huge.
Yeah.
So guys, for a change, let's start with the NFL this week.
Okay.
Since we're